Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly?
Good morning, everybody. It is the 15th of July 2022 and it's about 8:45 in the morning. And I'm here, I'm going to tackle this switchboard, the 4-ganged rotary toggle switchboard today. I've already ripped everything out, as you can see. The electrical box is there, and above that electrical box is a hinge door that I lift up, and then I can get into that box there. The electrical box is usually further down, right under where my head sleeps pretty much. But to be able to get to it, I have to bring it towards that hinge door there. I'll just take you in for a closer look. So what I'm about to do is I've got to use some rope. I've got to hold that up, otherwise it comes back down sometimes and hits you on the head, which ain't pretty. But the one I really need to hold up is this blue one here, which has all the stuff in there that I need to have all the wires coming out up to the wall, up to where the switchboard is going to go, which is, yeah, there's the cavity for it there. So that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully while everything's out I can finish some of this installation that down on these walls here. It takes a while because you've got to cut out a piece that's roughly the same length and width, and then you've got to come in with a knife and try and cut it properly so it fits in without looking too dicky and too many spaces like that. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, I've just put a bit of rope around here and then put it up there just to keep these doors open. This here is the Daily Smart BMS. It's a 250 amp hour unit. The battery is 240 amp hour LiPo 4, which is lithium phosphate. So inside I've got two bus bars, one for the positive, one for the negative. I've got a shunt running through there, which the monitor for the Victron Energy thing goes through, or is it for this one up here? Don't really remember. Anyway, here's one of the solar charge controllers, also a Victron. The great thing about Victron products, guys, is their wonderful reputation, and as for bang for your buck, they are a bit more expensive, but they are the best as far as I'm concerned. And everything's available on the app, the Victron Connect app, and you can tweak everything on your phone or your iPad or your computer. It's bloody great. Anyway, this is the solar charge controller for the solar panel on the prime mover. The Easy Solar unit that I have at the back of this has a built-in solar charge controller, and that's for the solar panel on the roof there. This one here is a DC-DC charger that I used to have in my motorhome, my Hi-Ace motorhome. You connect it to your car battery, and then once your car battery's full, it just trickle charges and charges up your auxiliary battery. Now, the reason I've just put it in there and I'm not using it is because I may get another solar panel down the track. And I believe you can have a 300 watt solar panel running into this as well. So when I was hooking everything up, I've just put it in there as like a spare, just in case down the track. I do have ideas for creating an awning for either side out of flexible solar panels with a core flute base system. That when you get to your place, I mean, I do a lot of computer work and I want to start going more into the wild and get well away from civilization, and I need a place where I can do my editing. So the best way I can do that, because in here is too small, it's a little bit cramped, is to create an awning and just have a little camp chair and a little fold-up table out there, so I can do my editing out of the rain and direct sun, and you know, have an extra solar panel to charge everything quicker. So that's one of the plans, but right now, as you can see, everything's spaghetti graffiti in here, and I need to trace back all of the USB plugs, the sockets, and disconnect them from the bus bars, and then, well, not all of them, I've just got to work out which ones they are, and then I've got to run those wires. I'm probably going to have to make them longer. I've got to run those wires up into the toggle switch thing up there. So that's what I'm doing now. All right, let's do that. Okay guys, I'm about to do a combination of silicon on the back of this toggle switchboard. I'm waiting for the hot glue gun to heat up. I've only got one tube of hot glue there because I think that's all I'll need for this one. So what I do, as stated the other day, I do 5 dollops of this in the corners. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, slap bang in the middle, and then I run Sikaflex, which I'm doing here, all around. Like so. A couple in the middle there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that should do that. And then once that hot glue is heated up, I will go in and slam it up where it needs to go. So just waiting for this hot glue gun. As you can see, I've already run the positive and the negative out of here. And I've made sure I had enough length to reach into the battery box, taking into account that the battery box moves backwards and forwards, and there needs to be a little bit of extra length to take that into account. So being the battery box as far forward as it can go without actually taking it out, I made sure I had the right amount of length. I've put it all through there. I haven't dressed the ends of them yet because once this is up, I still need to connect all the devices into the 4-gang switchboard. I will show you a schematic of the switchboard that I got, a diagram, just so you know where I'm at with it. And as stated the other day, I do have a lot of problems with wiring things up if there isn't a diagram, and even then with a diagram I still have problems sometimes, and have to try and find a YouTube tutorial, which is like sifting through a bucket of shit with a pen sometimes, because all of these things look different. You know, these gang things, they all look different, and you know, if they're just a little bit different and they're wiring it up a bit differently, it throws me off. So I'm a pretty resourceful chap, so eventually I work it all out, but yeah, if it doesn't come with a manual or preferably a YouTube tutorial, I tend to pull my hair out, and it takes about 10 times longer. But I'll get there in the end. Alright, let's see if this glue gun's done. Let's hang on a sec. Okay, this is a diagram of the 4-gang toggle switchboard. And these kinds of diagrams are really helpful for me. If I don't have a diagram like that, I really struggle. Yeah, so as you can see there, all of the devices, the negatives go into a bus bar, and then all the positives from the device actually go into the other side of the switch there. And you have a positive and a negative coming out of the switchboard itself, and they both go into the battery terminals like that. So it's pretty basic, but if I don't have things like that when I'm wiring things up, I can usually just blow things up. All right. Okay, the hot glue gun is ready to go. Hopefully you can see this not too bad, guys. So here we go. We're just going to feed this, do the 4 little doplets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. Another one there. Doesn't want to work properly, does it? Oh, what's happened there? Anyway, it should be enough. So let's slam that in and get that Mickey Mouse. There we go. I looks like I did run out of glue, but it should be enough to hold it. As stated in previous upload, guys, the hot glue is not the main way to adhere this to a wall. It is just there as a measure to hold it to the wall while the Sikaflex cures. That way I don't need to put any tape on there. Experience has shown me that when I use tape, it does tend to come away. And I've put things up without hot glue before and just silicone and tape and gone away for half a day and then to let it cure because you can't move around in there and come back and it was basically had fallen away from the wall because the tape had given way. So this is a much safer way to do it for me anyway. As stated, you hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds and then the hot glue should have gone off, cured or whatever the word is, and then you can come away. I've just put 2 loose screws in either corner just to give me something better to hold on and push as opposed to the cavity inside. And yeah, and then we'll come back to all the devices and wire it all up and give it a test. Let's see if that's about 60 seconds. Let's see how we go there. Well, that's pretty good. All right. Okay, so now that that's up there, I can remove the fascia, which I'm going to do to take some of the weight off while it cures, and to also be able to get in there and finish up my wiring. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've taken those screws out and now we can take this down. We've still got everything, all the length that we need there. So we can just bring this down. And then I've got access to it and I know everything's cool, all the length is good, that's nice and secure. But while that cures properly, we'll take the weight off it, at least for a few hours, you know. It's going to take me a few hours to do all this before I'm able to put it all back in there. So yeah, down here we've got the 2 USB sockets. They're fast charging ones, and they're great. And that'll be right near my head, all this. I'll have little pockets here for my iPad and my phone and my vape battery charger. You know, when you're lying down, you don't want to keep getting back up, especially when it's bloody cold and raining outside. You just want to lie down and stay nice and warm. Oh yes. All right. Okay, folks, I have wired up the first fans. These are the, this one you're seeing there is the one that's above my head. And I'm just about to test it. I'm just going to let a bit of air in here. Open up this. Okay, so I've still got a bunch of stuff to do, but I like to test one thing at a time before I go on to the next one to make sure everything's going to work. So here is the moment of truth. Way! Nice little red light there. Okay, so the overhead one's working. Now let's see how it goes with a bit of vape going through it. Yeah, this kind of gets a little bit of it out and also fans a bit of it away. Yeah, it's working all right. All right, now we need to go down to the other end and make sure that's working as well. I'll just gently put that there. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's working. All right, so that's the one that brings it in. So let's see if it's going to work by using the vape. Oh fuck, I can't tell. Not from that side, it's too windy out here. But if I go like this, I can feel it. It's bringing the, yeah, it's bringing it in. That's my phone. All right. The phone call was the storage shed facility management. They had received some complaints or feedback, if you like, that I had been parking Rigzy outside of my shed's roller door, and that it had been there a long time, days and nights, etc. So I was basically asked, look, we prefer that you don't do that because people need to come in and get into their sheds and turn their cars around, etc. So it wasn't so much they had a problem with me parking my rig there for some period of time, because whenever you go to a storage shed anyway, whether you're in a vehicle or not, if you're offloading something or loading something up, your vehicle has to be there for a short period of time. But I understand what they're saying. It was there for days and days, weeks actually, off and on. And I told this lady, look, I have it out there a majority of the time to charge the batteries and to do modifications. I told her I had another trip coming up soon and I wouldn't be there anyway. But I did mention that, which is what's going to happen. I have left there for today. I told her that I was going to finish up and leave. So basically that's what I've done. I'm looking at this as a good thing, simply because I had been taking liberties about staying there for a few reasons. One of the reasons being that I wanted to make sure that facility was going to be okay for me to store stuff there, because as you know, I had a lot of problems with the last place. Nyora got raided several times, and Monthagin and Gather as well, and I just thought, well, maybe this place might be next as well. So I was there for that. It was a bit of fear-based stuff there. And then bad weather and everything else really kept me there, pretty much. I just wasn't motivated to get out and about. I'm looking at this as a good thing, a gentle nudge out the door, so to speak. So that's how I see it, and that's how it's going to be. I have a trip coming up soon, a fairly local trip. I won't tell you where it's going to be just yet. I want to make it a surprise, but I am going to go fishing for shark, and I'll be taping the journey to this spot. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. I haven't been there before in terms of showing you guys, and I certainly haven't been there in my rig. I was going to go a week or so ago, but it was in the middle of the school holidays and the whole place would have just been overrun with tourists, and I didn't want that. So that's coming up soon, weather dependent of course, but I'm definitely going somewhere. I can't stay at the storage shed anymore. They did have like a caravan section out the back where there was a caravan or two out there, and I'd sneakily at night been sort of parking my rig there and sometimes sleeping in the rig there, and they don't like that, and fair enough too. Alright guys, that's it for the upgrade videos at the moment. I didn't get to finish what I wanted to do. I'm not sure when I'm going to get a chance to do that. I really want to get this trip done, this shark trip, fishing trip done soon, and I may be able to take some tools with me and do the rest while I'm there, but I may not have time because I'm going to be fishing. I'm going to be showing you this beautiful place. I may not have time to finish the upgrades just now. Anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. Ciao for now.